Do you have a watch on?
No.
Well, I've already told you to put a watch on.
What is that? Never seen that watch before in my life.
Yes, you have. You have seen it. I'm going to ask you about what you think about my watch. What's up, guys? It is WatchChris back for another video, and today I have a little bit of a special Mother's Day video that I'm going to try and do. This is my wife, the mother of my children, and we're going to be going through her collection. Kelly?
Hi.
Very nervous. She's very nervous about this. So we're going to be going through each one of the watches in her collection. Also going to be talking to her about watches in general. She actually was a professional in the watch industry. You worked for Panerai for how many years?
16 years.
Did you work for any other watch brands?
No, I basically grew up with the Panerai watch brand.
Panerai watch brand. Okay. And how do you feel about Panerai now that you are no longer with Panerai?
I still appreciate Panerai. Actually, I'm wearing my Panerai right now.
You gotta wait until I do a wrist check.
Okay, well, they're not going to know which one it is until you do a wrist check.
What do you have on your wrist today?
Today, I am wearing a PAM 1306.
Okay.
It is the Panerai well, we're going to have to edit that. Today, I'm wearing the PAM 1306, which is the Panerai Luminor Due Luna Rossa.
Okay, that took a long time. This is actually how many millimeters? 40 millimeters?
38 millimeters.
38. Are you sure?
No.
I think it's actually a 40 millimeter watch. I'm actually not entirely sure myself, but I believe it might be a 40 millimeter Panerai. But I will do measurements, and I will obviously do some close-ups. I'll throw that up on the screen. So what we're going to be doing is obviously going through her collection, but I do want to ask you a couple of questions about watches in general. Why do you get mad at me all the time when I talk to you about watches? That's a very good question. I think I bring this up on my channel from time to time, that you get mad at me a lot when I talk about watches. You were in the watch industry for 16 years, you said? And you always get mad at me when I talk about watches. In fact, when you worked at a watch brand, you used to get mad at me when I brought up watches. So I'd like to know.
Well, it's all you talk about.
It's not. No, that's not true. That's not all I talk about.
After a very long day of marketing watches and talking about watches, I'm done.
All right. So a couple of quick questions. What is your most favorite watch? What would you consider your most favorite watch? It's not a Panerai, I would imagine, but what could it be?
Favorite watch, as in what I would like to get next, I think I really would love a Cartier Santos.
I have a Santos right here.
Well, I want a smaller gold version, like a more feminine version.
Okay.
If you see my collection, you can tell him what's missing, so maybe he can think about that for my Mother's Day gift.
Probably not. And do you like the Cartier Santos Dumont?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't think you know what I'm talking about. But
I don't.
You do own a Cartier, so we'll talk about that right now and then move into some other questions. But the Cartier that you own is a?
It's a Cartier Ron Solo.
And it's a little bit of a special Cartier because
42 millimeters.
42 millimeters.
And I know that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a special Cartier because it's actually it's a watch that was only offered to employees of Richemont or Cartier, and it's marked with an LC on the dial, which some people say are the initials Louis Cartier, but it actually also stands for Les Collaborateurs, which means the collaborators or the employees, translated.
So if you ever see one of these on eBay with the LC on the dial, it has a little diamond around it, I believe, that's because it's actually an employee that purchased the watch through a sale, and they are selling them on eBay or Chrono24 or someplace like that. So that brings me to your...
this watch.
You love that watch.
I do love this watch, and what I really loved about it is at the time I was obsessed with the IWC Portuguese collection.
Okay.
And I wanted this really big, flat, round, white dial. So this kind of...
Well, yeah, there's a couple of things I don't like about this watch, especially the strap. The fact that it is so flat and round and there's such a little bezel, it makes it look a lot bigger on your wrist than it actually is. But you're not scared of large watches. You've worked at Panerai, so this is not something that you would be scared of, I would say.
My first Panerai was a 45 millimeter.
Right, Radimir,
Radimir Black Seal.
Yeah. Didn't Jason Statham take that watch?
It's Jason Statham.
Oh, no. The guy with no hair.
So Jason Statham is actually, or was actually, a very big Panerai collector, but that was not the watch that he borrowed on loan. And actually, he probably didn't borrow it for himself. He most likely borrowed it for a stunt double for a movie that he was shooting, but it was actually the Black Seal ceramic.
Oh, that was the one, yes. I really like that one, actually.
Which was the one that got away.
Yeah,
I loved that watch.
That's a really nice watch. Next question. Your least favorite watch. It could be one of the watches that I own. What is a watch brand that you don't like, that you've never liked?
I never really loved that big chronograph that had that giant like compressor thing on the top with the Graham chronograph.
Oh, I owned a Graham.
It was huge.
I think it was a Spitfire. I think that's what they call them. It might be something, yeah. And had like a trigger. Yeah, I got rid of that.
That one's not so hot either.
Which one? I just have watches on my desk, so.
No, not that one. That's not the. I've been talking about that strange shape one. I know you're into these like weird shapes.
This? No, you're not allowed to point that one out.
Okay. Okay.
No, that hasn't even come out yet. Sad
story for that one.
No, I actually really like that one. So, your least favorite watch of mine, you've just pointed out, but you've also told us that it was a Graham. So I actually kind of regret buying that watch. So that was a long time ago. So next on the list, I want to go through a couple of watches. One of the watches that I actually bought you, and this is a JLC Reverso. So this is a quartz Reverso, right? It's two-tone, so you have gold and stainless steel. Mm-hmm. Since it is quartz, it does not have, it's only an area that you can engrave on the back, and I'll do close-ups that you could see everything that we're talking about. But this is on a white strap. I think this was for, I don't remember what I bought this for. Was this when we got married, or?
No.
Okay.
No, that was after one of the kids was born.
After one of the kids was born.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Interesting.
I don't remember which.
Okay. I don't remember either. So, a really awesome watch though, and this is how big?
I don't know.
I think this is like around a 26 millimeter watch. So we have two more watches to go through, and then we will wrap up the video here for WatchChris Mother's Day special, I guess. There's another watch that I purchased for you. It's a very weird watch. I've actually never featured it on my channel. It's currently not working because you don't wear it very often. You probably did not know it stopped working. However, it is a Girard Perregaux. This is a Laureato. It is in stainless steel with a quartz movement, which is kind of interesting. It's a ladies sized watch, I would say. However, I think this was probably maybe a borderline watch, maybe a gentleman's watch. This has a blue dial. There's a little bit of pitting on the dial, which is weird. I got this for a great price, and I decided to give it to you. But you really liked it, right? I mean,
do.
this is
like it.
I think this is a really cool watch. The bracelet on here is very, very underrated, and I think I don't remember if I told you what I paid for it, but I didn't pay very much for it, and it is working, and it's a really good looking watch.
And it's my only bracelet watch.
It is your only bracelet watch, so that's weird, yeah. And then last but not least, this is your watch that you got for
10 years of service for Panerai.
Okay.
It is the Radimir 1940. So it means it doesn't have the crown protector, and it's a smaller size, so it's a 42 millimeter.
Okay. And do you like this watch, or you used to have it on a green strap? Now you have it on white strap.
It originally was sold on a green strap. Now I have it on a white strap. And funny enough, I have like a ton of
white straps, and then
white straps.
and actually 4, because there is one other watch that we need to go through
for white straps.
And that is your most recent purchase, I guess. This is a purchase that I made and you took. This is an Omega Moonswatch.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
So this typically would not be something that I wear, but I put it on. I tried it on.
What model is it? It's Mission to your
Mission to Uranus.
Uranus, that's right.
I like this because it's sporty. It's not something that I would normally wear, but it's fun to have like this on. It doesn't feel like such a serious watch, and I feel like it can be outside with the kids.
Okay.
It's a Velcro strap later.
It was extremely exciting when they came out. Probably one of the most hated watches. Whenever I feature one on my channel now, mostly negative comments is what I receive. I do think they're great watches. I keep on saying that whenever I do a review for them, but that is the case. So very quickly, I'm going to do a wrist check, and then we will wrap up the video. We'll find out what my wife thinks about the watch that I have on my wrist today. And here it is. This is my...
Are you going to pronounce it right?
This is my Key de Lee. This is a Vacheron, and there's tons of details on the dial of this watch. I absolutely love this watch. It's probably one of my favorite watches. I have like maybe 3 or 4 favorite watches out of my collection. And I put this on a aftermarket strap that's basically just a white canvas or an off-white canvas. What do you think of this watch?
I love this watch. I like the strap that you paired it with too, because it makes it feel a little more unique and it's more tonal. But I do love all of the details and how special this watch feels. So
okay. It's a special watch. It's definitely a special watch. It's not something that you see every day. All right.
So that's actually a great watch. I think that's one of my favorites. And
very cool.
Along with your Zenith, actually, which is your dad's.
My dad's Zenith. My dad's Zenith Elite, which I could throw a picture up of as well. Anyway, thank you for joining me here for the first time on WatchChris. So this is WatchChris. This is Watch Kelly, my wife. And
Mrs. WatchChris.
Mrs. WatchChris. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and happy Mother's Day for all of you who are mothers who are watching. According to my demographics, that's like 0. But happy Mother's Day to everyone out there, and hopefully you guys are enjoying your day. And I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed doing it. Maybe we could do future videos together. Would you be open to that?
Sure.
Sure. All right. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for logging on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will catch you in the next video.
Happy Mother's Day.